HuntStand was born of die-hard whitetail hunters, but over the years, our boundaries have steadily broken down. At this point, our tools serve a broad and hungry hunting community made up of everyone from good old back 40 buck hunters to the guys and gals who suffer from next ridge syndrome. Those who thrive living in hot pursuit of horns and antlers from the open plains to the tallest peaks. My own love of western big game hunting is now nearly 2 decades deep. From pronghorns to elk, but with mule deer at the epicenter. It seems most whitetail hunters who go west are infatuated with bugling bulls. But the thought of a handsome muley buck stotting along through cuts and crevices has somehow stolen my heart. After a couple years of a mule deer hunting hiatus, the time was ripe for me to get back in the game. And what better way to do it than with the true Muley Freak. So just got to Utah a couple hours ago, been running around like crazy ever since. Had to run to the wildlife office and do some business with my CWMU tag that I got. Utah has a really cool program here, cooperative wildlife management units. But the primary reason I'm here is my new friend Erik, aka Muley Freak. Well, the dude's into mule deer like none other.
Alright, doubled up, last day.
Dang, amazing, what a day.
And as a matter of fact, he just got back from Alberta like 20 minutes ago. Right when we rolled in, he had just gotten home, and he went up there and shot a beautiful deer in the canola. Thing almost goes 200 inches. Just an incredible mule deer. He said it probably was 350, 400 pounds live weight. I figured it'd be a great opportunity for me to get back on the mule deer train. There were a number of years where I hunted mule deer a lot, and I actually kind of almost abandoned whitetails for a while just because I had hunted them for so many years. I became addicted to the West and spot and stalk hunting and mule deer. I absolutely love mule deer, but it's been a number of years. I've hunted them in 6 states. I have hunted Utah a couple other times. I was fortunate to shoot a velvet mule deer here a number of years ago, but I've always wanted to come back. So here we are, rolling into late September. Gonna be rolling into a sweet ranch tonight, set up camp, get ready to rock for what sounds like it's gonna be a pretty exciting hunt in the morning.
Best one, and you can't pass him.
What is the, give me the lowdown on the situation out there. You sort of have, but.
So,
Here, I'll carry this.
you got it?
Yeah. These things are pretty light, actually.
Yeah, they're not too bad. So, mature buck, 140, 150 inches for this unit. Could be better, could be pushing 160.
I'm not,
Yeah, I know every spot these bucks hang out.
already?
Yes,
Oh.
I toured the whole thing with him.
Oh, he gave you
Yeah,
this
I went and
spiel?
scouted it, yeah.
Nice.
So I went and toured the whole thing. I know the pivots, I know what mountain to sit on.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
What's the,
I did this right before I headed to Alberta. So I got in the car, drove all the way out there, scouted it for you, and then went to Alberta and I just got home.
Cool. So
Yeah.
they'll just be coming off in the morning.
Yeah,
probably.
so we're gonna try to catch him coming off. I haven't actually seen him, but I went around the entire place, the entire unit, and kind of was told places to watch, where they're hanging out, what bucks hanging out where.
Nice.
So should be exciting.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pumped, dude. You know what you call this? About 90 pounds of optimism. Erik is a loyal HuntStand user and supporter of our mission to equip all types of hunters with the mapping tools to be successful. And this guy knows a thing or two about success. From tagging all sorts of tremendous animals, to supporting a strong family unit, to building a thriving brand and business centered around his favorite wild beast, the mule deer. Coming up on, rolling up toward 9 o'clock now. Been on the road for about 2.5 hours, and just hanging by my last little thread of energy here. It's gonna be a lot to set up camp tonight, but just like a kid on Christmas Eve, it's one of my favorite things, rolling into a hunting camp in the dark of the night. We are out here in some remote country. There's not a whole lot going on out here except sagebrush and some rolling hills, some cattle country, but not too many lights, not a lot of light pollution out here, not too many ranches or homes. And waking up at a new place and seeing it for the first time at sunrise is one of the coolest things you can do.
This is gonna add to the adventure, ladies and gentlemen, because evidently we tore this bag when we were setting up last time, and we ordered this new bag, so I'm guessing someone didn't put the rest of the ropes in when they transferred the bag. I'm not gonna point any fingers, Peyton, but we're sleeping out under stars on night one, bro. Boom, baby. Here, roll the scene here. I'll hook it. So, word on the street is we want to take this road, get some elevation, get up on here, and find a place that we can glass in these pivot. Supposedly, these deer come and feed in these pivot all night. And then at some point in the morning, come off and bed in these willows / trees right here. So it's a pretty cool place, dude. And like the stuff that we're camped in, there's brook. We can fish for brook trout. Beautiful pine canyon behind us. It's a special place, dude. Like, and that's what I was trying to call you when I left. I'm like, dude, this place is sick. It's really, really cool.
Slept under the stars last night, which was actually pretty awesome. If I tried to do that at home right now, it'd be covered in about, well, be soaked in dew. Be like it rained on us, but out here it's no dew, so that's pretty cool. And beautiful, crisp, cool morning, consistent breeze. Just trying to get my act together here, getting everything all geared up, knocking the dust off. Really can't wait to get out there. So we're gonna get out to this glassing knob and see if we can't catch some of these bucks coming off a pivot.
You boys ready to slay?
I'm just now starting to get a picture of what this place actually looks like.
Got 2 little bucks. There. Keep going. We got a lot of area to kind of check. I'm gonna be like 6 places at once. Definitely got a lone buck out there. That's a good thing, especially for this time of year. So far though, I can't tell what it is.
Closer to that, we would have just had to have driven through that cattle yard back there.
Yeah, which we can.
We can get, if that's the case, we can get right, if that's the pivot, we can get right on it. They did not waste any time going back to bed this morning, so that taught us something for the coming days. We got to be out there in the dark and get eyes on them as quick as possible. Maybe try to head them off if we can. I think they're probably bedding combination of maybe in some of the cedar hills and then maybe even some of the thickets down on the bottoms, like some of the willow patches and whatnot. It's amazing how much daylight reveals what an actual cluster looks like. This is our camp. This is our first time seeing it during daylight, if you want to call it a camp. This is our makeshift, whatever you want to call it. Look at this. That's where we sprawled out last night. The ropes weren't with the tent, so we just kind of had to make do and sleep under the stars, which was cool. It was beautiful out, at least in my sleeping bag it was, but holy smokes, look at that. Someone rolled up here, they'd be like, what are these guys doing? Gotta do what you gotta do though. We got our sleep, we got our morning hunting, and it's all that matters. We're not gear junkies. Well, okay, maybe we are. But either way, having the necessary provisions to set up a tent for a tent camp is pretty important. So we made the long trek back to Erik's house to get what we needed and zipped right back to the ranch for a redo on the camp setup. For my rifle rig on this hunt, I chose the new Savage PPR, the Pro Pursuit rifle. I had spent some quality time back home before the hunt, building a relationship with the gun. But after flying, it's always important to verify your zero before you start hunting. These deer were on a strict dawn and dusk feeding pattern, so we had plenty of time during the heat of the day to send some rounds downrange before getting back behind the glass. Yeah, I mean they're an icon. Like I would say, I'm a huge fan of pronghorn as an emblem of the West, but I don't know, man. Mule deer are. I know some people think elk, some people think pronghorn, some people think mule deer, but man, muleys are something else. So what was the, like, you grew up doing it as a kid, or how'd that all go?
Yeah, because it's like, dude, on the Outdoor Channel and all these TV networks, there was never mule deer hunts, right? It was always whitetail, whitetail, whitetail. Not to say whitetail aren't cool, enough to say whitetail aren't smart. But like, you hunt from a tree stand, and you know, there's some mountain whitetail hunts, but like for the most part, like all we have here in Utah, in Nevada for that matter, which are right here on the Nevada border, is mule deer. Like there's no coos deer, there's no whitetail. Get occasional whitetail come through Wyoming or southern Idaho, but it's really rare. Like all we have is mule deer. So that's all we knew growing up, you know? Stud buck.
No.
Swear.
No.
Swear.
You're joking.
Come look.
Don't play games with me.
I'm not looking.
The Muley Freak is telling me he sees a stud buck. You guys tell me, how wrong would it be if he was messing with me? I'd have to remove his name. No more Muley Freak, just Erik. Name revoked.
It was a stud buck. Sorry, bro.
It's an antelope. Waste of my effort, time, money, resources. A waste. The far right part of the actual pivot itself with the wheels, and then go past it. Deer.
I don't know if we got to that shade point. That would cut 800 yards off.
Yeah, I can see, but I can't judge them at all.
Let's get close.
It's when there's a lot of dust in the air and there's even just the slightest wind and there's a decent breeze right now, it's makes it a lot harder to glass on a spotting scope because it's just hard to get enough stability. You got a lot of shake, so we're so far away that we need to get significantly closer to get eyes on this buck.
Looks like there's a road that parallels that. I don't know if we'll be able to see, but
So we'd have to go up
back
here
and then hit right.
or that, yeah. No, hold on, stop. It's a deer and an antelope. There's all the antelope.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be below them.
So they're gonna be to the right of them, right?
Mm-hmm. What do you want to do?
Let's go try down that fence line.
Okay, I think we should go back a little.
Okay.
That
And
way
just
we
go
don't
straight in.
spook the corner of these cows.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We gotta go kill that deer.
Which one is it?
Far right. Big frame. It's a stud for out here.
Oh, dude. Whoa.
Yeah. Let's get this right, bro.
Oh, man.
Let's go. Be quiet. There's a big, heavy 3-point in the middle on the left that's very old and mature. There's one on the right that's very old and mature. That's the most mature here.
The far left one?
That one.
Yeah.
There's the two on the left, and then there's that one where the sun's shining on.
Yeah, the one with his head down, feeding on the left.
Yep, I'm on it, bro.
Erik, what's your opinion?
That middle one's the tallest, biggest body. That one on the far left, that's a big 3-point.
Okay.
Yeah.
The darker one is the one
Far left.
I don't know, this is just not ideal. He's quartering toward.
Now he's itching himself.
Yeah,
Watch out for that other deer.
I know.
Hit him in the chest.
No, not stable enough on this wire. All right, Logan, you good? What? Front of his nose? Which one is he? Bottom? Is he in the front of that pack?
Yes.
Is he?
Yep, front of the second pack. Got him. Might have hit him mid-body, it looks like.
Where is he?
He'll tip over. He's sick, dude. He's about ready to tip over.
Where is he in the pack?
In the middle of all of them.
With facing the other way?
He's getting ready to go over. He's down. He's down. Kicking. Shot the big tall buck. Dude, he was by far stature the biggest buck in that group. Like most mature, man. Congratulations.
The Muley Freak.
Heck yeah, dude.
Just
Big old white throat patch.
Between the nerves and about 312 yards and a little bit of flims on the old wire, I blew the first shot, but I stayed in my scope, super important to do, and stayed on the buck, had a good spotter here, and we made it happen, so let's go check him out. I was like pretty mad I missed that first shot, but I'm glad I didn't lose my shit.
Like off his nose? I'm freaking yes, dude. Buck down.
Felt like a long 300 yards. Buck.
Heck yeah, dude, look.
Beautiful
his
buck.
face, his body.
Wow. This is proof of one of those situations where I've hunted for a long time, shot a bunch of mule deer, but you've shot way more mule deer. You've seen way more mule deer. So when it came to judging those animals, I was 100% deferring to you. And you made a sweet call, dude. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, dude. Can I just tell you something? Do you know how many people hunt their whole lives in the state of Utah and never kill a buck like this?
Seriously?
Swear.
Wow. Yeah, he's a great deer, man.
Never kill a buck like this.
Great deer. What we thought was going to be an easy walk back to the truck, which was only a few hundred yards away, ended up turning into something else entirely.
Josh, are we lost?
So tonight, the dude who works from HuntStand remembered that you should use HuntStand and like mark your truck so you don't go walk like 2 miles out of the way in circles through the sagebrush.
Consistently killing big mule deer, it's probably one of the hardest things to do.
Just to find, I mean,
Well,
only so many exist in so many places
Exactly.
to begin with.
First off, you got to be in the right country, right? Number two, you got to be in the right areas. Number three, you got to have the knowledge. And it's like these mule deer, they're not like whitetail in the sense that they're extremely patternable. They don't. We don't do mock scrapes, and you don't hunt them that way like you do traditional whitetail. Elk, they bugle and they tell you exactly where they're at. You know what I'm saying? Killing a big buck in his home, in my opinion, is one of the hardest things to do.
Usually, when I map out a hunt in my head, I don't plan to pull the trigger on the first day. But eventually, you learn that you gotta let the chips fall as they may. Erik's knowledge of mule deer and his scouting efforts before the hunt paid off dearly on that first evening. So I've been in a variety of types of camps over the years. Some truck camping, some more backcountry type stuff, off the grid and whatnot. This is more of a truck camping experience, and I gotta say it's definitely the coolest truck camping experience I've had. We were able to just set up our wall tent with just a magnificent view. But one of the coolest parts about it is we get to catch grasshoppers. But no, I'm not just out catching grasshoppers like a 6-year-old, even though it's pretty fun. I'm doing it because there's actually a trout stream right in the back of camp as well. So I'm gonna go catch a hopper, throw it on a hook, see if I can't get myself a rainbow to eat. Just like most parts of the country, it's a serious coyote problem around here, and they're pretty hard on the fawns and also the cattle. We're in cattle country, so they'll hang around the feed lot and areas where the cattles are being pastured, and they'll hit the new calves pretty hard during calving season. So never hurts to knock out a few coyotes. We're gonna go give it a shot. I guess we kind of have a common thread in the fact that we like both grew up hunting, and we both definitely grew up cutting our teeth on some down and dirty jobs. I was working at ski lifts and cooking at restaurants, and you're selling home security in Milwaukee.
Yeah. Like I had a lot of success doing alarms, and the problem was I missed bow season because the alarm system was you'd make all your money between April and like.
There's an alarm season?
Yeah. Because you had to do it during the summer, right?
I suppose.
So I was doing it between April and like sometimes early September, so I missed every bow season. I'm like, dude, I gotta figure something else out. Got to. And then this Facebook thing popped up like in 08 or 09. And I was like, dude, there's something with this. I'm like, what is Facebook? And then they came out with this thing, the business pages. And I saw these other people doing these outdoor pages, like just for fun. I'm like, oh man, I could do something here. I'm like, I gotta stop doing this alarm thing. I wanna do something else. And I threw together this page and it said Muley Freak. I'm like, Muley, my favorite thing to hunt. And God, what else should I say? Freak. Like no plan whatsoever, right? So the photos that I did have were like dead foxes and raccoons and freaking skunks. So that's the photos I posted on Muley Freak. Wasn't even a mule there. Because I just took and then I started gathering other people's photos and sharing their experiences and their hunts. And then I was like, well shoot, I gotta sell people something, I guess. So I got a logo, started selling t-shirts and merch. Then I was like, well shoot, I gotta make hunting videos. It was just kind of taking all these things that I'd learned, right, over the years and applying that knowledge to Muley Freak.
While some people are prone to pack up and head home once their tag is punched, the wise realize that a tag is the price of admission to a much greater experience. In this case, with coyotes to chase, trout that were eager to bite, and breathtaking views with the right company to share it all with, we were in no hurry.